What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another top 5 most overpowered class setups in Black Ops Cold War. Now guys, before we get into the video, if you could drop a like within the next 5 seconds for the best luck of your entire life, that would be amazing. And subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. Now I also gotta ask you guys to leave a comment down below. It could be anything you want, man. We just gotta beat that YouTube algorithm, man. The more comments, the more it gets recommended. I don't know why this YouTube is all weird and stuff, so you guys could just let me know your favorite gun or something like that. Anything, just write like purple pigs down in the comments below. It doesn't bother me, man. Let's get into the top 5 best class setups. We're going to talk about the guns you need to use to drop people really quickly, and a few of these guns actually have 8 attachments on them, but it makes them super strong. They're going to beat out all the other classes people are not using and stuff like that, so trust me, make sure to use these ones. These should be the classes you're using. So the first one on this list is actually the MP5. Now the MP5 might not be the best gun in the entire game. A lot of people say that there's other guns better than it, like the AK-74U for example, or even the MAC-10 and stuff, but in my opinion, man, the MP5 is just so reliable. In any COD you ever play, the MP5 is just one of those guns that's always consistent, and it's not going to let you sit there wondering why you shot someone and they didn't die. It's just one of those guns you could always use. So the first attachment on this is actually going to be the optic, and that is the Microflex LED. Now the reason you want to use the Microflex LED over any other optic in this game is because it's the smallest one and it aims on sight pretty damn fast. And I don't think it changes with the sights and stuff like that, but this one, trust me, it just feels so much better to shoot people using this one over the Hawksmoor or the Vision Tech 2x scope or something like that. So trust me, the Microflex LED is the one you want to use. The muzzle is going to be the SOCOM Eliminator. Now this gives you 85% muzzle flash concealment, but it also gives you 17% vertical recoil control, essentially bringing this gun to almost 0 recoil whatsoever, and it makes it feel like such a laser even at the long distances. After that, we're going to go down to the barrel, and that's going to be the 9.5-inch task force, which gives you 50% effective damage range, 75% bullet velocity, and 6% damage, which is really damn nice to use on a weapon like that. After that is the body, and that is going to be the steady aim laser. It only gives you hip fire accuracy, but it's something that we had to throw on because we're utilizing the 8 attachments anyway, so trust me, this is one that you could be using as well. Going down to the underbarrel, this is one that kind of has a few more options to it. So you could either run the foregrip, which just gives you 15% horizontal recoil control, which we could kind of use, or you could go ahead and use the bruiser grip, which gives you 3% movement speed, sprinting move speed, shooting move speed, and aim walking movement speed. So that one's all about speed and stuff, and that's the one that I ended up using on this class. And the only reason, again, that I'm running an underbarrel for this rather than not running one is because we have the option to use it. Since we need at least 6 of the 8 attachments, we might as well throw on 8 of 8, and this one does the job. Now the foregrip is good as well if you want that horizontal recoil, but the bruiser grip is the one I decided to go with since it has no negatives and 4 positives, which seems pretty good to me. The magazine is the Salvo 40 round fast mags. Now it takes away 25% ADS speed, which looks very bad, and it sounds horrible, but when you actually play with this class, it's not that bad, and we're going to fix that ADS a little bit, and you'll see why it's not that bad in a moment. But this also gives you magazine ammo capacity, reload quickness, max starting ammo, and ammo capacity. So you don't really need to run scavenger if you're running this. You get a bunch of stuff with it. Max starting ammo is one of them, which is really good. Now going down to the handle, this is where we had to get some ADS back, so I went with the airborne elastic wrap, which gives you 30% ADS, 90% flinch resistance, and you could aim while going prone, which is pretty nice. And the last one is the stock for that sprint to fire speed. We're using no stock at 30% sprint to fire. Now let's go on to the next weapon on this list, and that is actually the AK-74U. This is another weapon that is actually using 8 attachments. The first thing you want, again, is the same as the MP5, the Microflex LED for the optic. It's really nice. And then the muzzle is actually going to be this almost the same one that we used before. It's the muzzle brake 5.45, which only gives you 4% vertical recoil control, which sounds horrible, but I mean, this gun barely has any recoil to begin with. This is going to help you out nicely. Going down to the barrel, I have the 10.3-inch task force, which gives you 8% damage. That's 2% more than the MP5. 50% effective damage range, and 75% bullet velocity, which is really nice. And trust me, man, the AK-74U is a weapon that is not going to disappoint you. Then we got the steady aim laser for the actual body. Again, you get hip fire accuracy at 15%, which doesn't sound like a lot again, but it's a lot, man. If you start hip firing with this gun, even at mid to close range, it does wonders. You're going to be hitting those shots. So even before you ADS, start shooting this gun. The underbarrel is the Spetsnaz grip, which gives you vertical and horizontal recoil control. Again, really nice to have, just make this gun more of a laser. It does the job. The magazine is the taped mags, just for that 18% reload quickness, and we lose nothing. There are no cons, no negatives whatsoever on this class. Then we got the handle, which is the GRU elastic wrap for that 30% ADS, 90% flinch resistance, and you could aim while going prone. And obviously the stock is going to be the KGB skeletal stock for that 30% sprint to fire and 10% aim walk movement speed. So trust me, this is another gun that's going to do wonders, and it's going to smack people like crazy. Going down to another gun on the list, we have another SMG, and this is actually the Bullfrog. And this is actually the Bullfrog, and a lot of people don't seem to think this SMG is good, but this SMG is an absolute laser. It's one of the most consistent SMGs at range, close range, far range, mid range, wherever you go. It's gonna seem very consistent in damage. The optic, again, is the Microflex LED, just because it's the cleanest one in the game. The muzzle is the GRU suppressor, so if you're actually going for high streaks, this is one that you could use. Now, it takes away effective damage range, but it really, you don't notice it when you're actually playing with the gun and stuff. You're still gonna do a lot of damage at further ranges. The barrel I went with is the 7.6-inch rifled to get that effective damage range right back, but if you want to get it even better, I don't have the attachment unlocked, but you could use the 7.4-inch task force, which gives you 50% effective damage range and 3% damage, so that's really cool to have as well. The body on this one is the steady aim laser. Again, you just want that hip fire accuracy, and this gun right here feels like you could run around the map without even ADSing, and you will get a bunch of kills as well, so it's pretty cool. The underbarrel is the bruiser grip. You guys know I need those 4 positives with those 0 negatives. Movement speed, shooting, move speed, shooting, sprinting, all that type of move speed, everything, you just get it with this attachment right here. The magazine is the VDV 85 round fast mags, which is really cool. You get max starting ammo 70%, you get 70% ammo capacity, 40% reload quickness, and 70% magazine ammo capacity. So you do lose 25% ADS. It is noticeable, but that's why we went ahead, and you will actually, I couldn't do it. For the handle, I only have the Spetsnaz field grip, which gives you 15% ADS and 80% flinch resistance, but you guys should be putting on the GRU elastic wrap to get that 30% ADS, but I just don't have it unlocked yet for this gun. I thought I had everything unlocked, turns out I didn't, so that kind of sucks. But going down to the last attachments, again, I don't have it unlocked, so I'm running the Spetsnaz PKM stock, but you guys should be using the KGB skeletal stock for 30% sprint to fire time and 10% aim walk and movement speed, which is really cool. Going down to another weapon on this list, before we get down to the actual last one, which is going to be an assault rifle, we're going to talk about something that seems kind of weird, and it doesn't seem like it should be in the actual game, but it really is. And I have to say, you guys gotta go ahead and throw on the M79. And if you have the mini version of this, I don't know if it changes anything. It doesn't seem like it does, but it just really works. If you need a gun, a secondary gun to throw on really fast and smack people, this is what you want to throw on. Trust me, it does wonders. There's no attachments to this gun, so whatever you get, that's what it is. And trust me, this is the secondary you want to use over pistols and stuff, because you just whip it out fast, shoot people, and they're gone. They're out of the way, man. So unless they have flak jacket, this is the gun you want to use. That is the secondary you want to use. Now let's go on to the last weapon on this list, and like I said, it's going to be an assault rifle, and that is actually the AK-47. Now the AK-47, in my opinion, is probably the best assault rifle in the entire game. The XM4 is nice, the Krig 6 is nice, but the AK-47 is where it's actually at. So the first thing that you want to throw on the AK-47, and we're not going to be utilizing everything on this one right here, instead we're just going to be using a few attachments, but the first one you want to run is the barrel 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel, which gives you 8% damage, which is not needed because this gun is already super strong. It just makes it even better. 50% effective damage range and 50% bullet velocity. So this gun is already crazy. After that, I went ahead and I actually threw on the Spetsnaz grip to give me 6% vertical recoil control and 20% horizontal recoil control, which you kind of need on this weapon right here because it is an assault rifle. It is the AK. It has some kick to it, so definitely throwing that on does help it out. Now going down to the next one, I went ahead and threw on the magazine VDV 50 round fast mags for all of that stuff. Again, max starting ammo, ammo capacity, you guys know how it is. It gives you a bunch of stuff and it only takes away 25% ADS. The handle I went with this one is the GRU elastic wrap, again just to get that ADS back, flinch resistance, and all that kind of stuff. And then the stock is obviously going to be the KGB skeletal stock, so you can get that sprint to fire speed at 30% and aim walk and movement speed at 40. So that is it, guys. That is the top 5 5 weapons. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Drop a like on this video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here with those notifications turned on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this top 5. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.